Thank you, Congressman. And it actually really does matter that we have folks popping in from Congress, because I think it helps us feel like our work is really being elevated and is going to matter. And I remember that distinctly from last year. So hello, everybody. I am Adrienne Eaton. I am the Dean of the School of Management and Labor Relations, which is the home of the Institute for the Study of Employee Ownership and Profit Sharing. And as you already know, Joseph is not here, but I'm thrilled to be here to welcome you all on behalf of the school, the Institute, and Joseph to this year's Ideas Forum. And I am going to try to do my best to channel Joseph. So think shorter, male, a little bit older. Anyway, I can't do him justice, but I will do my best. So the Institute, let me tell you just a little bit about the Institute for those of you who don't know. It is at the forefront of advancing the field of employee ownership, both nationally and globally. The Institute sponsors research, conducts research, sponsors a prestigious fellowship programs. Many of you in the room are fellows, organizes leading academic conferences worldwide, and we also offer courses on employee ownership and related topics, including a widely recognized Coursera course, one of the few that Rutgers offers. And of course, we also mentor doctoral students, and there's one I'm looking at right now. Who has succeeded in that realm. So the Institute, and particularly Joseph, also contribute to shaping national and state level public policies. We house an extensive curriculum library. I don't know if we'll be hearing more about that later, what's known as CLIO, and I urge anybody who hasn't looked at that to take a look. It serves as a valuable resource, particularly for people teaching employee ownership and related topics. Our network of fellows is up to 250, again, globally, all over the world. And we are dedicated to sponsoring and conducting groundbreaking research and really on all topics related to employee ownership and all types of employee ownership. So we're eclectic in that way. At this time, I would like to express our sincere appreciation for the Aspen Institute and its leadership. We are really honored to be in partnership with you, and your deep understanding of public issues of national importance and commitment to nonpartisan dialogue are vital in making forums like this possible. So we really value the close intellectual collaboration on research and ideas with every member of the team. I don't have the entire list, but I will say specifically Dan, Maureen, and Matt. Joseph and I really want to know how much we appreciate working with you and hope to be able to continue to do that. I'm also going to take this minute to thank the Rutgers faculty and staff who have helped make this event possible. Joseph, of course, Chris Michael, not sure if Chris is here yet, Adria Scharf over here, Melissa Hoover, not sure where Melissa is, and last but not at all least, Bethany Davis. So there's Bethany. So yeah, I know. Thank you so much, Bethany. Before we begin the forum, I do have the honor of introducing Jonathan Holloway, the president of the university. President Holloway is not just a leader, he's a historian with a profound understanding of the past and a vision for the future, and we are really thrilled and lucky to have him here today. Dr. Holloway holds a PhD in history from Yale University. If you don't know, his scholarly work specializes in post-emancipation U.S. history with a focus on social and intellectual history. I urge you to pick up his books and take a look. Jonathan joined us in 2020 in the dark days of the pandemic, came in the summer of 2020, and I know had a tough time at first because we couldn't see each other, and I think that was not the introduction he had hoped for to the university. But he has played an integral role in shaping the university since he's been there. And through his visionary leadership, transformative initiatives, and commitment to fostering excellence everywhere, but in education, research, and community engagement. And one of Jonathan's taglines, I guess, that I really love is excellence is everywhere. In particular, I want to say that President Holloway has committed Rutgers University to serving the common good whether it's in research, continuing education, events we sponsor, partnerships with community organizations, et cetera. And the Institute's research and other work on employee ownership, and particularly on the ways in which employee ownership can reduce inequalities of all kinds, is really squarely in that mission. And so I think it's very appropriate to have President Holloway here today to help us get started. So thank you all for joining the forum, and please join me in extending a warm welcome to Jonathan Holloway.
Thank you and good morning. I'm so pleased to welcome all of you to this wonderful collaboration between Rutgers and the Aspen Institute. Dan gave an incredibly eloquent opening set of comments and was overly generous with his assessment of our work to try to address issues of inequality when it comes to the undergraduate population. This is why I like him so much. But really, quite seriously, it is an honor to join with an organization, the Aspen Institute, that is committed to improving the world by empowering people to improve their own communities. In this way, we in Aspen really are partners. A key pillar to my own work at Rutgers has been to highlight the role of the university in contributing to the common good. I've encouraged our students and our faculty to conduct engaged scholarship that contributes to our nation and helps in the development of evidence-based policy. Look, we all know that we're living in an era that is very challenging on many different fronts. One such front is the income and wealth inequality and lack of access to economic opportunity. Solving these challenges are central to American democracy. Thus, it makes so much sense to gather here in the U.S. Capitol for a dialogue about broadening access to shares of ownership by tens of millions of workers in industries across the country. Today, many private sector employees who own part of the companies where they work and other models of employee share ownership at corporations around the country are being closely watched in states as well as here in Washington. These phenomena are being evaluated for the role they can play in addressing wealth inequality and in creating stronger ties between its citizens. I'm honored to lead a university that has been thinking about these ideas for decades now, and that now hosts the world's largest institution for academic research and policy analysis on employee ownership and profit sharing. Today, Rutgers and Aspen are continuing our partnership in providing an opportunity for all of you to join the discussion around broadening ownership and shares, and to learn how citizens are building on this idea and considering how scholars are thinking about it. We look forward to the continued expansion of employee ownership, both for economic benefits that it brings and the civic engagement it can inspire. Before I close, let me thank you, all of you in this room, for the federal government's ongoing commitment to support our institutions, both in funding so much of the vital research we conduct and in providing the critical financial aid that creates opportunities for millions of young people across the nation. To that end, I would like to recognize all the congressional representatives and their staff playing a role in this work. Thank you for your public service. I mean that from the depth of my heart. I would also like to acknowledge, now after the fact, he's supposed to be after me, but we juggled, Representative Larry Bouchon for his support of legislation expanding employee ownership and for taking part in today's program. Some of you may have seen, we had not met before, but he came up to say a quick hello. We were not bonding, I will say, over the shared interest in this program, but because we are both members of the Big Ten and, well, we've done better. But brighter days are ahead, and some of those brighter days are found in the work of this forum specifically. Again, so thank you on behalf of Rutgers University and with gratitude to our partner, the Aspen Institute. I welcome you and thank you for your presence today. Thank you so much.